guys, welcome back. It's Brett, that Iowa guy here. So today we're going to be doing a review on Milestar tires. I've had these tires for 3 years now, so let's jump into it. Alright, so first thing I want to talk about is, like I said, I've had these things for 3 years. I can't say that about any other tires that I've ever owned. I've taken these, the last set, not this set, these are brand new, but I took them everywhere. I took them to Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, Colorado, where we're at right now. They do perform very well. I mean, 3 years, 55,000 miles, I'd say is about my rough guesstimate of the mileage I got on them. They wore very evenly. They're a very quiet tire. I was very impressed. So that's why I ended up picking up a second set. All right, so I did want to talk about how these tires stand up when you're off-roading. So I was able to, these are the factory rims. I was able to air down most of the time to about 12 psi on almost every trail that I've done. We've done a couple Jeep Badge of Honor trails. I got more that I want to knock out now that we're out in Colorado. But we'll be getting to those here shortly. I'm going to be, now that I got the brand new tires on, I'm going to go try out Holy Cross next weekend, so stay tuned for that. But they do very well off-road. They grip, the sidewalls of the tire don't puncture. I had one instance where I had one puncture. That was an unfortunate mistake on my end. I had decided not to air down, and we went on some really tight little kind of side-by-side trails. So that was my mistake. Yeah, with the airing down, a lot of people are skeptical. It just depends on the width of the tire, the bead of the tire, and then the size of your rim. I wouldn't air down to 12 psi unless you've done it in a comfortable environment that you know you can get home safely. We don't run beadlocks. I haven't ever wanted to because the weight, there's already a lot of weight up here. I didn't need to add any more weight down low, so yeah, that's why we don't run beadlocks. So I will say one thing was the wear of these tires. I rotated about every 3,000 miles. I'm very diligent about that because I did not want to have cup tires because these are expensive. You got to take care of your most valued asset on the car is the tires. Like, so rotated every 3,000 miles for mud terrains. They did get a little chopped towards the end. When I got rid of the last set, I was still at 10-30 seconds of a tire. If anybody knows anything about tires, a factory tire, a regular car street tire starts out at about 11-30 seconds. So that's still a lot of life left. I mean, and I put 55,000 miles on them. So a lot of people have asked as far as how capable these tires are in the snow in the winter. I will say just regular street driving, I did have a little bit of trouble if there was some slush and some slick stuff from getting going from a stop if you're on a hill, but then you just use the four-wheel drive and it just goes. But as far as like I've done a lot of trails, a lot of snow plowing with my buddies on trails, and I was the first person to go. They do very well, especially for the last set, having only 10-30 seconds in the last year or so, that maybe a little more tread. But I did a snow camping trip, as some of you might have seen, that was a couple feet of snow that we were driving through, and I aired these down to 12 psi yet again, and my buddy, he had chains, and his chains got him through no problem. He had smaller tires, he just needed the extra grip. It's understandable. I didn't have chains and was really really hoping these things pulled through for me. They did great. I didn't have any like slipping around, sliding around on the road. They just threw the tire or the snow off the tires very well. They have a little siping on each individual lug here. They got little snow throwers or mud throwers, whatever you want to call them, clearers, I guess. Yeah, so I'd say probably a solid 7, 8 out of 10 for snow tire, as long as you get them aired down if you are doing any kind of off-roading. All right, so one of the last few things that we'll touch on here is how loud are these tires. They're very, very quiet throughout the entire life of the tire. When I started getting the little cupping near the end, they got loud like your typical mud terrain, but these are a hybrid, almost in between a mud terrain and an all-terrain, where they ride on these center lugs right here. They kind of protrude up out of the tire just a little bit, so that is your main point of contact with the road. Obviously these do touch, but this is where you're getting most of your grip. Unlike other mud terrains, they have a lug here, and a lug here, just straight across, not a continuous. So that's where you get that noise with the other mud terrain tires. So as far as I'm not sponsored by any means. This is just I did enjoy having these tires on the Jeep for a little bit cheaper option than some of the other major tire brands out there. I will say I'll probably give them an 8 out of 10 for the rating. The 8 out of 10 is because that last 10-30 seconds that I had to just get rid of the tires is due to the fact that once they get that low, there's no off-road capability really there for a mud terrain tire. You're basically using an all-terrain tire at that point. But other than that, I mean, they're a very, very great tire, very quiet. Like I said, I got 55,000 miles on them, still at half-life. Yeah, I really did enjoy them, so that's why second set is on there. All right, guys, thanks for tuning into this video. If you guys want to see more of the gear that we use on the Jeep here, let me know in the comments. If you guys like this stuff, hit that thumbs up button to let me know, so I can make more videos like this for you. Until next time, like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.
What was that?
If you like these kinds of videos, be sure to subscribe. I'll do more of them for you guys.
No, do not add that in.
Take 9. Gosh, what was I supposed to say? God damn it.